Believe it or not, this was predicted on video by a Russian politician as early as 2013.
So what's their plan? They still need to occupy 7 more Arab countries, crush Syria, and destroy Iran with a military strike. America needs to weaken China. If Iran is struck, oil prices will soar to $200 per barrel. The Chinese economy won't be able to withstand that.
And then they would have to buy oil from us. See, it's not about going to war with China. It's about going to war with who China needs in order to gain leverage over China. Now China would have no choice but to buy oil from us. This way, we now have China by the balls, and they have to do what we tell them to do.
Striking Iran, America weakens both the EU and China.
This is the big money donors. This is a list of Trump's top 20 donors. There's $635 million in total. Look at this as a map of every interest we just talked about.
The donors are the reason why Donald Trump is going to war with Iran. So remember, there are multiple reasons why. This is one of the reasons why. The donors are paying Donald Trump himself. Because I think the president only makes $200,000 a year, $400,000 a year. So I want y'all to think about this. You're the president of the United States. You only get paid $400,000 a year. So in order to make more money than $400,000 a year, you have to do deals with other countries who have interests that you share with them. Next thing you know, they fund you, they give you some money, and then just like I was talking about earlier, now you owe them a favor, and now you got to go to war with Iran in order to maintain the money that your donor is continuing to give you.
This just in, a new way of healing is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. This game is powerful.
My favorite question was, if you could parent me all over again, what would you change? This card game has a mother deck and a daughter deck, so we both have questions for each other.
These are some good questions.
Do you think I'm a people pleaser? If so, where did I get this trait from?
This card game actually helped my marriage, and the questions showed me that I still had unresolved issues with my mom, and I was taking them out on my husband.
If you don't do anything else, buy this card game. You won't regret it. Click the link below.
Like mother, like daughter, we are the same. You'll see when we play this game.
This is a list of Trump's top 20 donors.
Miriam Edelson, and Miriam Edelson is the main person that we're paying attention to right here. She's the person that actually is getting Trump to go to war with Iran. Miriam Edelson is the main person on this list. Trump's top 20 donors that gave him $635 million.
Look at this as a map of every interest we just talked about. For example, number 1, Timothy Mellon, old banking and transportation dynasty, financial industrial complex. Number 2, Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, Starlink, XAI. His companies hold billions and billions in Pentagon contracts, and his AI company just entered a program to build autonomous drone swarms for the military. That's the technological industrial complex and the military industrial complex in one person. There's number 3, Miriam Adelson. She has spent decades as the single biggest pro-Israel donor in American politics.
Right there. She is the primary person. And somebody says also blackmail, 1000%. Blackmail is a part of this also with the Epstein files. Yes. Everybody thinks we're going to war with Iran because of the Epstein files. Let's go to war, then you can't impeach me, then you can't do this, and then it takes attention off the Epstein files. No, this is way bigger than the Epstein files. This is all financial. This is all leverage. This is about leveraging the United States against China. Probably 25% of this is about the Epstein files, y'all. Nobody cares about the damn Epstein files, because guess what? Y'all can't do shit about it anyway. Nobody cares about the Epstein files. And I mean, you know, them, the higher ups, they don't give a shit.
She's been pushing for regime change in Iran. That's $105 million towards the policy we just watched happen. She's been pushing for regime change in Iran. That's $105 million towards the policy we just watched happen. Right, number 7, Ike Perlmutter, former chairman of Marvel, served on Trump's Informal Defense Advisory Council. It's number 9, Robert Bigelow, Bigelow Aerospace, Defense and Space. Right, these are military industrial complex adjacent donors. It's number 10, Kelsey Warren, runs Energy Transfer Partners, one of the biggest oil and gas pipeline companies in the country. Higher oil prices from a Hormuz shutdown go straight to his bottom line. Higher oil prices from a Hormuz shutdown go straight to his bottom line.
Do you see that this is not about the Epstein files? You dedicate $10 million to Trump and you own all of these oil facilities, or you control oil in America or wherever, right? Next thing you know, the guy you just gave $10 million to goes to war with Iran, And if they actually accomplish what they're looking to accomplish, we now control the oil prices, and all of that can turn around and make your entire lineage billionaires. Not him, because he's already a billionaire. Your son, and then your grandson, and then your grandson's son, and your great-great-great-grandson are now billionaires because of what you did with $10 million and what America accomplished with the war in Iran. This is how big all of this is.
Number 15, Howard Lutnick, indirect ties to Cantor Fitzgerald, has huge interests in Tether and whose company allegedly bet against the tariff policy while advising the president on the same policies. Right? He's now the Commerce Secretary. Number 16, Paul Singer, runs one of the most powerful hedge funds on earth. His fund's most recent public filings show hundreds of millions of dollars in defense and energy index funds, which all went up the moment the strike started. So here we have tech, defense, right? Oil, finance, Israel, every interest group that is represented here. This is their return on investment. And this is only what we know publicly. Now, some people also believe this has all been prearranged, right? Like the deal was made a while ago, and what we're watching on TV and social media is all just theater.
He's literally going to explain how them blowing shit up, it's not only theater, but it's like test driving a car. They're blowing shit up with these missiles to show other countries that the missiles work and how much damage each missile can actually do. Think about it. If I'm selling you a product, right? The first thing you're going to want to know is, well, how do I know the product works? Well, then if I was able to have a person that actually use my product and to tell you, hey, I use Mr. Let Go's product, his mother-daughter car game, it did wonders for my whole family. You want to be like, oh, I want to buy, right? So next thing you know, if I was selling missiles and not car games, well, how do you know how much damage the missiles that I'm selling you will incur? Well, I got to shoot something. I got to go blow some shit up with the missiles so you can buy them. Because remember, everybody is buying missiles, planes, and fighter jets and all kind of shit from us. So we have to actually go to war with another country and blow up shit and show the specific missile, the specific bomb that was being used, so they can actually have a dossier of this list of things that we, Lockheed Martin, are selling to the rest of the world. How are you going to buy a missile from me when I never blew nothing up with a damn missile? You don't even know what the missile do, how far it can go, how accurate it can be, and how much damage it can cause. So in order to actually get this done, we have to go to war with somebody so you can see how all of this stuff is actually working in real time. So you can go to war with somebody later on down the line. This is all marketing. So this war is literally marketing. They're marketing their weapons to other countries.
A while ago, and what we're watching on TV and social media is all just theater. Now, if you assume for a moment that this is true, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, I don't know. But if it's true, then why bomb a whole country? Is that this operation was a live product demonstration.
Right there. Live product demonstration.
Live product demonstration.
So now somebody in the chat just said, we're losing $1 billion a day. Have you ever heard of Facebook ads? Put a one in the chat. I want to make a point. Somebody said we're losing billions of dollars a day. Have you ever heard of Facebook ads? Put a one in the chat if you've ever heard of Facebook ads. There's marketing and a marketing expense. And the marketing expense usually is way higher than the money that comes back. You know why? Just imagine Super Bowl ads also, right? Just to get a Super Bowl spot, during the Super Bowl, you might spend $2 million on 30 seconds, during the Super Bowl halftime show, right? They don't know if they're going to get their money back. You got to spend it because guess what? It's not about return on investment as far as financial. It's about market share. It's about knowing that you're the Coca-Cola of the military world. You want to be the best. You want to run the market. You want to have the biggest market share. And in order to have the biggest market share in any industry, you have to overspend on marketing in order to show that I am the best. Marketing usually outspends how much money you get back. And the reason why is if you start showing yourself as the biggest and the best, you can later on make different missiles, different cars, different card games. And next thing you know, you raise prices and make other things. And now you remain at the top of the market share standpoint for the next 10 years. So it's about years of market share and not just right now. So you could turn around and spend all this money on marketing today. And in 5 years, not tomorrow, but 5 years, you done made 10 times more money that you spent now. But you got to wait years later. And that's kind of like how it works. Marketing never gets you your money right back. That's low budget marketing. Coca-Cola, another example. Every time you go to the movie theater, they have somebody pouring Coca-Cola into a glass. You don't think we know about Coca-Cola? Why are you still advertising Coca-Cola now? Because it puts it in your mind. Now, every time you go to a restaurant, I have a Coke. You don't say I have a soda. You'll say I have a Coke. A Coke, not some Coke. A Coke is the thing, because the product recognition finally worked subconsciously on all of us. You're either going to say, I want a Coke, I want a Pepsi. So you do always overspend on marketing when you want to put yourself out there.
I bomb a whole country is that this operation was a live product demonstration. Live product demonstration. What does that mean? It means every weapon system just got used, right? B-2 bombers, Tomahawk cruise missiles, F-22s, F-35s. This has all been shown on every news network and social media in the world. You could not buy this kind of advertising. Every country watching this is now thinking about what they need to buy, either to do what America just did or to defend against it.
Or to defend against it. Which means both sides are compelled to buy the missiles, not just one side. Because if one side buys the missiles, now the other side can't defend against them. So both sides are now marketed to the same way.
B-2 bombers, Tomahawk cruise missiles, F-22s, F-35s. This has all been shown on every news network and social media in the world. You could not.
And the news networks is the Super Bowl commercials. So unbeknownst to us, we're sitting here looking at all this stuff like, oh my God, the cluster missiles, right? You know, the missile that comes through and then boom, comes out in like 30 different little baby missiles. This is a product demonstration.
Every country watching this is now thinking about what they need to buy, either to do what America just did or to defend against it.
The news is literally a commercial. The news is commercials.
That is worth hundreds of billions of dollars in future sales and billions more in stock appreciation. Because we know war is good for business.
He says, bro, they're cleaning out their whole inventory to buy new, more expensive shit. Exactly. And this is about cleaning out money also. There's so many aspects to this. This is about clearing out inventory. So, okay, I want y'all to think about a car dealership. I used to sell cars. I used to sell drugs. I used to sell cars. I used to sell college shit, right? I was always been in sales since a child. So when you sell cars and you go into the new year, in December, late December, is when you have all your closeout sales. Because the cars that are 2025s are not necessarily looked at as new anymore because it's no longer 2025. So you have to clear out your old inventory, selling them off at lower prices. Next thing you know, a $40,000 car is now $25,000 because they give you rebates, cash back, and all this other stuff. Why? Because you have to clear out old inventory. See, the old missiles are taking up space because you can't have all these missiles everywhere and create more missiles. There's no room. So you literally have to go to war with somebody, one, to show off what these missiles can do. And also you have to get rid of the missiles so you can bring in the new 2026 missiles. But they're marking down their missiles and they have to get rid of the inventory of the missiles by going to war with somebody. This shit is crazy. They're going to war in order to get rid of their inventory.
Be taken down in 5 years.
So it was a 5-year plan. So all of this is choreographed. All of this is in episodes, presidential episodes.
We know this because in 2007, the former NATO Supreme Commander, General Wesley Clark, shortly after 9/11, was shown a memo at the Pentagon listing 7 countries to be taken down in 5 years. We have now been involved in all of them. Iran was the last one on that list.
We got a good military and we can take down governments. And he said, I guess if the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem has to look like a nail. So I came back to see him a few weeks later. And by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, are we still going to war with Iraq? And he said, oh, it's worse than that. He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper and he said, He said, I just got this down from upstairs, meaning the Secretary of Defense office today, and he said, this is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years.
We weren't mad at Obama for bombing Syria. So Obama was part of this. George Bush Jr. was a part of this. These are the Infinity Stones. We're bombing 7 different countries with 4 different presidents, collecting Infinity Stones. Let's see, Trump, Biden, Obama, and Bush. 4 different presidents in order to take control over the oil. And then we are going to have leverage over China and all these other countries because of the oil that we now have. And because of this leverage, we're now going to manipulate and coerce these other countries into forming a united digital currency where money goes away. And when money goes away, what we owe to the other countries goes away also, because then we're no longer going to owe $38 trillion. So would you rather pay other countries $38 trillion that you don't have, or do you just go to war with the countries in order to take their shit so you can have enough leverage where you can say, I don't owe you shit, do something about it? That's literally what's going on.
The US will not be paying anything back. It will just redistribute the debt throughout the world using these stablecoins and CBDCs by giving the powers of the banking system to the corporations.
Damn. All right. So now part 2 of this is this.
This just in, a new way of healing is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. This game is powerful.
My favorite question was, if you could parent me all over again, what would you change? This card game has a mother deck and a daughter deck, so we both have questions for each other.
These are some good questions.
Do you think I'm a people pleaser? If so, where did I get this trait from?
This card game actually helped my marriage, and the questions showed me that I still had unresolved issues with my mom, and I was taking them out on my husband.
If you don't do anything else, buy this card game. You won't regret it. Click the link below.